Okay, today we are unboxing the September release from Pretty Pink Posh. You know I am absolutely in love with all of their products. So she sent me over the entire release to show you. We are going to go through everything that's in the release, and I'll link everything down below in case you want to shop any of these products. And then we're going to make a fun card. So stay tuned. If you want to skip ahead and just see the card, I'll put a little timestamp right here for you. But you're not going to want to miss the whole unboxing because she has the most cute things in this release, and it's all Christmas. All right, here we go. We are tiptoeing into Christmas, and I couldn't be more excited. So we have shaker beads and some confetti, I think clay confetti this month once again, and they are Christmas themed. I love this because it looks very gingerbreadish. We have some red and white. We have holly and berries, and then this one is so cute. Whoa, I'm getting all jumbled. This one has gingerbread and peppermints, just adorable. Love this so much. The next thing up we have are the banner greetings. These are really cute greetings that have a little wavy style, and then we have the coordinating dies. I absolutely adore anything that is stitched because it just is a subtle little detail that makes all of the difference, and I love it. So love that we have some stitched options, and we have just a basic option at the bottom, and again, those coordinate together. Then for stamps, we have this Christmas bells stamp set with the coordinating dies as always. I love the element of the bows. I love bows, you know this about me, and I just think that is so cute. Plus we have some holly leaves and some poinsettias. Love that. Okay, so those are the first set of stamps. Then we have the Christmas train, which is adorable. I am especially loving the little string of lights on the front of the train. I think that is so cute. And then we have really cute sentiments: delivering joy and cheer, holiday fun on the way. Love it. Fun things to put inside the train as well. And then we have a train track, as well as the coordinating dies as always. Then we have these really cute holiday word scenes, and this is intended to allow little things to be held in the arms, which is adorable. And then, still talking about gingerbread, we have a gingerbread shaker. I love her shakers. They are always so cute, and the gingerbread shaped one is going to be a darling addition to the Christmas release. All right, for our little script sentiments, we have a merry sentiment, but we also have the shadow layer, which I love because it gives us that opportunity to have a little contrast if needed. This is so cute. I love a backdrop, and this is the Argyle stitched plate. Perfect for a winter card, but very versatile because you can use this all year long. For shakers, we also have a candy cane shaker, which is so cute. Definitely going to be using this one. And then we have a lot of fun stencils. So our first layering stencil has the holiday bells with some wreaths and bows. We also have the cake pops. I loved the cake pops last month, and we have a Christmas version of them as well. Adorable. We have more of a fun peppermint stripe, which is so fun for a background. Then we have gingerbread with candy canes and gumdrops. Super sweet. We also have gingerbread mugs. I am really intrigued by this idea, loving the whipped cream embellishment right there. I think that is darling. This is going to be super fun to put together. So loving that. Back to shakers, we have a Christmas bell shaker. Again, we have that bow embellishment, some holly leaves, some pine leaves, or I guess pine needles is how you would say that, some berries. This is gonna be super sweet as well. Okay, we have Christmas holder add-on. I believe this goes with the gingerbread holder, or at least it can. I am adoring this. Look at the snowflake, so cute. I love the earmuffs. We also have a sentiment. We have joy, Noel. We have the candy canes, which is so darling. Love this so much. A Santa hat. I mean, you can't go wrong. There's so many fun things going on there. All right, like last month, we have Christmas cake pops. The cake pops last month were so popular. I loved playing around with them, so I'm excited to have a winter element as well. These are gonna be so cute. And then we have the Christmas bucket add-ons. So if you have the bucket base set, then you'll be able to use this as an add-on for the Christmas season. Really cute. I'm loving these really darling presents. That's so fun. I love the stitched element. And I think these are fun. So if you want to use this for the add-on for the bucket, you can, but I think it'd be fun to pull some of these pieces and just make a card without the add-on as well. So that's what I love about these sets, is they can be used to create with additional sets that are purchased, but you can use these as standalone sets as well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sit here for a minute and ponder what I would like to do, and then we are going to create a card. Be sure you subscribe if you are not already, because I will be using more of these products in upcoming videos this month to show you some additional fun ideas for how to use some of these items. Okay, new day, new manicure. I figured out what I'm going to do. Actually, I might not use this for this card, but I really want to do the Christmas cake pops. I had so much fun with the Halloween version and loved them so much. So I'm going to do the Christmas version with this brand new die set. And then I like the idea of doing a textured background. So I'm going to use this new Argyle pierced plate. And then for a sentiment, I think one of these banner greetings is going to be so cute to top this off. So let's go ahead and start by, I'm going to start by doing all of my die cutting. Now I want to show you what I think is going to be my color palette for Christmas. And I'm thinking, because this release has some gingerbread elements, I want to do more of a craft cardstock navy, and then more of a mint, and then this nectar color. I think this will all be so pretty. I'm also going to introduce an element of some glitter, gold glitter, and then of course, I'm going to need some white. So this, I think, and it might change, but I like to have fun with different color palettes for my seasons instead of just doing the traditional red green. And I think this is going to be really pretty together. So let's see how this plays out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my die cut machine all ready to go and figure out which of these I need to cut out. So these are intended to be, I think this is a Christmas tree. And then for the Christmas tree, I'm going to put little stars on that, which will be super cute. And then we have a snowman, which is really cute. Oh, actually, this is going to be the reindeer. And you can switch up which shapes you use between the two. So reindeer ears, antler, the little nose and eyes, I believe. I'm going to use this bow for all of my, all of my little cake pop sticks. I think that's going to be really cute. You also have some frosting elements that you can bring in. Let's do a star for the top of that tree. And we'll need the carrot nose. We will need the cake pop sticks. And let's do the hat for the snowman. And obviously the smile. Okay, I think that is all going to work out. So I'm going to go with my obvious. I need to do some white for the sticks, and then I'm just going to go through and decide on my color for each one, and then we'll have fun putting these all together. Okay, I'm done with all of my cutting. I think I got all of the elements in each color that I want, but no worries. We could always recut anything if the color isn't working out. But I'm loving the color palette already. I think it's going to be super pretty together. Okay, just using this little scraper spatula to help remove my little pieces from my cutting plate. Trying to keep everything somewhat organized. All right, let's start with, goodness, we're gonna need a wand to help with these tiny pieces. Let's also go a little bit closer so we can really see. Okay, and then some liquid glue. All right. I also am thinking about doing my back panel out of this minty color. Was that what I was going to do? Actually, I'm going to have to do it out of the pink, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it out of the kind of peachy look because I don't want that green on green for my card. All right, let's start with our snowman. How cute is this going to be? I may even come back in and let's see, what was I thinking? Maybe do a band for this. I don't think there was one on the die sheet, but we can make one just like we're going to make some little insides to, hopefully I didn't do too much. We're going to do some little insides to the reindeer ears. So I might come back and do the band at the end when I need to decide where I want to do color placement, if I'm kind of missing a color. But I like the idea also of doing the mint for the eyes. And what I do, and if you've been crafting with me for a while, you are aware of this, but I like to just use a few colors and then bring those all in each little element. That way it looks really cohesive. So before I do anything else, I'm trying to flip these around. Come here, why are you being a stinker? Okay, I'm going to just decide where the placement for all of these little elements is going to go before I get too far. Oh, that was a little bit easier than I thought. I'm going to have the nose kind of go up to give us room to complete this little smile. That looks just about right. Come here. Okay. Probably move all of this over. You could also use that die to cut out the, let me find the die. You could put this die on your white piece and cut this out. That way you have all of the openings to just glue these in place if you'd like. That would be an inlay though, so they wouldn't be sitting on top of your paper, but rather within the paper. So still a really pretty look, but you can decide which one you want to do there. Now I'm just going to lay all of these little pieces down. Some glue. I got the last little part of that smile, and I'm just kind of making sure I shift those where I'd like that, but I think that looks really cute. So there is that. Again, I'm going to come back and do a band probably here, and maybe I'll do it, I probably will do it with the peach color because I think we're going to need a little bit more of that. All right, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to do the reindeer, but I am going to bring in, and I want to test it, I did a lot of this craft cardstock and I want a different color brown. This is exactly what I want to do. But I don't have a brown of that nature. I only have like a chocolate brown. So I'm going to use this E31 Copic marker to create some different colors on my cardstock. So for example, for the little, I don't know, what is it, whiskers, smile here. We're gonna do that. It's just going to make it a little bit different, which is going to be nice. These ears are going to remain that way, but the antlers, I want a darker color. So I'm just essentially creating my own colored cardstock here. Okay, and I can add layers of color if I need to darken it up further, but I think this is going to be good. I don't want it too dark, which is why I didn't go with that chocolate color, but we'll see how that dries and if we like that or need to add a little bit more. I think that's going to be good though. Okay, so let's see. I think the antlers kind of go behind. Add just a little bit more here. Okay, just darken that up a little bit. It kind of lightens up and smooths out as it dries. So wait for it to dry and then decide what you want to do. Okay, that should be just right. And you can assemble this any way you want. I'm going to do it in a way that makes sense to me. So I'm going to add the little antlers here. You can tuck them behind if you'd like to as well. I think they'll look cute right on top. Just like this. Ooh, I might need to add even more of the marker just to add a little bit more differentiation. Okay, so there's my antlers. Oops, let's see here. Looks good. And that glue will dry. That looks cute. Okay, then with my ears, I'm going to do them right off to the side here. And I cut out the ears as well in the peachy pink color because I'm going to cut out those insides and glue them within the ear so we have a little pink part of the inner ear. I thought that would be really cute. So let's do the ears here. Just like that. Okay, and let that dry. Actually, I'm really liking the subtle color change there. I'm going to be careful because I don't want it to get on my main cake pop, but let's add just a little bit more. There we go. That looks great. Okay, so let's then do, I'm trying to decide if I want these eyes to be white or should I have done them in a navy? Well, let's just at least get them on there and then decide. Oh, the white could be super cute. Kind of looks like frosting, which is what it should be looking like. Okay, this, come here, little eye. Okay, I'm just gonna try to get everything on there and then I'll decide. And then this little piece is gonna be pink. I don't know, I'm kind of wondering if I should do the navy. Let's go ahead and grab the die cut machine one more time before we glue everything down. I'm just gonna decide and give myself that option to see what that would look like. Also, let's go ahead and cut out the pink little band for the snowman hat. Okay, here's these little pieces. That could be cute, we'll see. Don't need the whole hat, just need that little area there. All right, let's go back to this and see what the little navy eyes look like. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that could be cute too. Oh gosh, I can't even decide. I'm gonna grab some scissors here and I'm gonna try to keep as much of that stitched look that I can because I think that's really cute and an element that I want to showcase. So I'm gonna give a little space between my cut so I can keep that in there. We're just kind of making our own little elements here. Okay, there's one and the second one. All right, now adding a little bit of glue and using my wand here, I can just add those little pieces right inside. Oh, I love the stitched look, so pretty. And then do this one as well. Okay, that was worth it. I'm going to glue down the nose because I know that's working for me. I'm not sure which color of the eyes I'm going to do, so let me complete everything that I do know and then I can decide how to complete it. I might do the white eyes. I kind of like the initial thought of frosting there. Okay, turn that over, add the little pink nose. Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's see. Let's do one eye and one eye. I'm liking the white. I think, yeah, let's do that. Okay, Super, super cute. Now we'll let those pieces go to the side while I am trimming things. Let's add, now this one I am going to cut along the edge because if I don't, it's going to dip down into the brim of the hat. So I'm not going to salvage the cute stitched look there, but instead cut inside of it so that it fits where it needs to. Okay, I think that's gonna be cute. Yeah, I like that. Those two colors together are cute. I'm loving the palette. I really sat here for a while trying to decide the color palette, and I'm relieved to see it come together how I hoped. Okay, I'm gonna just adjust that where it goes. That glue will dry. That's kind of seeping out. All right, let's let that set. These pieces are done. Okay, and then we have our cute little Christmas tree. So I know for sure I'm going to do that glittery star on top, and then I cut out the little star ornaments or kind of sparkle for the star. I cut those out of multiple colors just to again bring some cohesiveness in. So what I think I'll do is with my glue, I'll just start deciding on some fun placement for these stars, and then I'll bring them in and place them down. I think that's going to be cute. So then let's just keep it random. We're going to do a navy one, a pink one to break up the gold there, and that'll look really cute. I love that. Okay, let's do, oh gosh, we're gonna have a couple colors kind of right by one another, aren't we? We can do the gold again. That's cute. No problem. Let's do navy and the pink. Ah, darn. It's almost like you need a fourth color. Let's add a white one. Yeah, we need a fourth color, or we're gonna have too many kind of right by one another. We want to disperse that color a little bit more. Okay, here's a couple white stars. We won't need a ton, just a couple there. All right, let's put a glue here. Yeah, that fourth color is gonna really help break up some of this color. Nice, okay, and then we can do a gold, whoops, maybe that's the one I glued. Okay, gold down here. Oh, that looks better. Pink, white, and navy. Voila. Okay, that is adorable. Very cute. Okay, done with all of the stars. These would be really cute to do a shaker with as well. In fact, I'm gonna have to remember that. I have to make a shaker with these stars. We have lots of shakers, as you saw in the little haul or release that I just showed. Okay, last but not least, I love adding the sticks and the bows. It's so cute. I will though, because I was originally thinking I was going to do a green background, again changed this background to be a nectar color, so I'm gonna do a green bow to break that up a little bit. All right, that way we just get a lot of contrast. We don't have it too tone on tone. Disperse that color a bit more. So I'm gonna add a little glue to the top of the cake pop sticks. Add our little cake pop straight as I can. Whoops. Let me do all of the sticks and then decide. Oh, it's so cute. These are so cute. And then I'm gonna decide where and what color bow will go on each one. Here we go. Right on there. Pretty. Okay, now, first things first, which order I'm going to place them in. I'm kind of liking that, but let's see what the bows look like. So I'm thinking navy here, think that will be cute. And then I want to take, oh, nope, that's not going to work at all. We're going to do navy. Actually, this is going to look really cute. Navy, gold. I think this is too close, so we're going to do the gold here. And then the green here. Yeah, I like that. Let's not overthink it. Let's place those right on down. I'm going to give them a little bit of breathing room, I think. Is that how I did my other card? Yeah, I kind of gave it a little bit of breathing room and not hugged the cake pop part. So I brought it down just a little bit, just like that. And there. And finally there. Super cute. Now I'm going to take that argyle background plate and I'm going to cut that out of the nectar color. Okay, I ran that through my Platinum 6 because it's a bigger machine and that's how that turned out. So cute. And I am just kind of pushing out, I'm turning this over and kind of pushing out with my finger all of those little pieces that are still stuck in there. That way we get that fun contrast. Let's just pop right on out. But we also will be putting some foam tape on the back, which kind of interferes with that see-through look, so don't worry about getting this perfect. Okay, but that's a lot better already. Let's go ahead and start building the card now, and then we'll decide on the sentiment, which will be super cute. Okay, I'm going to do a white card base. I have 110-pound cardstock. This is 11 by 4 1/4. I'm gonna have it fold at the top, so I will score it 5 1/2 and then press that fold down. I also want to appreciate the white margin on that card, so I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and also my panel, and I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off each side just to trim that down just a little bit. That way we have a nice border. So our final dimensions are going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. That right back in. Let's secure this so it doesn't move, and I'll put some foam tape on the back side of my panel here just to bump it up just a tad. There we go. Now let's get a little pokey tool, remove the liners here, and lay this right on down. Okay, that looks good. All right, now these cuties can go on. Oh, love it. So cute. And I like the tree kind of tucking back behind. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have the little snowman be in the middle. I think that'll be really cute. Actually, I might need this guy to be in the middle just because he's so wide with all of his pieces. No, I like the snowman. And if they kind of fall off the card, it can just be a really fun dimensional card that spans off the side a little bit. That doesn't bother me at all if it does. I think it's fun. You just put it in a little bit of a bigger envelope and you're good to go. But if that side's gonna do that, we need to kind of, I don't know. Maybe we'll try to tuck this little guy back a little more. Okay, let's start with this guy. I'm going to add little foam squares to the back of just the cake pop part. The sticks I'm just going to allow to just kind of fall where they may. Okay, you can also add tinier foam squares to the antlers just so that they don't bow down on the card, just like that. I'm going to place this right on down. There. And a couple on my tree here. Honestly, I think on my other card, oh no, I did add the bows before putting my cake pops on the card. You could add those separate, you know, once the cake pop is on the card, then go and add your final bows just to kind of see where those all end up being. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, and that way it kind of, well, maybe, actually we'll do something like that. Okay, those look cute. Oh, I love it. Now let's do our sentiment that's going to be down there. And then the sentiment's just going to be on top of these sticks, which will kind of hold those down. You could add, if you want, some foam tape behind there, but I didn't last time on my last card, and I actually really liked how those kind of tucked behind. So for the sentiment, I thought it'd be cute to bring in the little banner dies. I thought that would be very fun. So I think I'm going to do white with a black greeting. Let's see which one would be cute. Joyful holiday wishes sounds fun. Sending joy and cheer is super cute too. So let's do sending joy and cheer. I'm going to grab a small piece of white cardstock here. Move that. I'm going to bring in my stamp positioner, and we'll stamp our greeting out first, and then I think I'm going to use the stitched banner die that has the little notches at the end. I think that's cute. So sending joy and cheer. I think that's very fun. And I'm liking the idea of a black ink just to give this a little boost in contrast with the sentiment. So I'm going to use this Memento ink. Very cute. Not pressing too hard when I go to stamp it because it is a really fine line stamp, so you don't want to press too hard and have it become more bold than it's intended. Or if you want it to look like that, you certainly can. All right, and then we'll do, oh, hopefully I gave myself enough room. I think it'll be fine. We'll tape this die down so it doesn't shift. Line that up the best we can there. In fact, it's going to be perfect because I'm going to move it to the right a little bit. I think that looks nice. Let's add a couple pieces of tape. I have one piece here that I can use. All right, and then we'll send this through and cut that right on out. And here's our final little sentiment. Oh, how cute. I love a stitched die. It's just so fun. All right, I think we're going to need the skinnier foam squares. So we'll bring this right back in, and okay, and I'm going to do 3 right on the back. That should be plenty. Then, oh, I love it. Very fun. Sending joy and cheer. Just like that. All right. For a final little embellishment, I think it'd be fun to do a gold disc. I think that would be really pretty. Maybe just some tiny ones, more of a tiny and a medium. So we'll do, just to kind of bring in some fun on or around our sentiment, that's what we'll do. And I think I'm going to just focus on the smaller ones, just because we don't have a ton of room left, but I want to add some fun without it being too much. And I think that is just right. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, I love the cake pops. There we go. That card took me 49 minutes exactly, so a little bit of a longer card. I have found that for me, when I'm doing a lot of die cutting and gluing, those are my longest cards. So still a pretty quick card for what it is, but it does take a bit of time to do all of that gluing. But isn't it cute? So worth it. And whoever you give this to is going to absolutely adore it. All right, loving that color palette. We have more coming up in terms of Christmas cards. As you saw earlier, there are so many fun goodies in this release, and I'm excited to work my way through them. All right, everyone, be sure to subscribe if you're new so you can see all of the upcoming cards, and I'll see you next time.